Hi, on today's video,
we're going to unbox the new MVH X690BS. So stay tuned.
BS.
Okay, so let's unbox this bad boy and show you what comes in the box.
69.
Now this one is really cool. This one we're pretty excited about. This is a new double din. This one is a mechaless. That's what the MVH stands for. It means it has no CD player.
What?
But it does come with a power plug.
No CD.
Comes with a remote control. Comes with a bag of screws. Comes with the ever so important Bluetooth mic. This thing has Bluetooth. Comes with a warranty card. Comes with the owner's manual. Comes with a bunch of foam. Alright, we're going to unbox this, turn it around, and show you what comes on the back. So what we have here is the input for your FM radio, input for the add-on SiriusXM tuner, which is the XSV300. You have your power plug input. This unit has 50 watts by 4. You also have a 10 amp fuse here. You have your input for your Bluetooth microphone, which is the small hole on top. You have the input for your steering wheel control interface, which is the small hole on the bottom. You have your 6 RCA outputs. They're 2 volt. You have rear, you have front, and you have sub. Now we're going to turn this bad boy around and show you what the front does. Okay, so this is a new MVH. As we said, the MVH is a mechaless radio, meaning it has no CD player. This is also a new 9 series. There's a 9 in the model number. That's important. That's going to designate the most current version. Even though we just came out with some 8 series radios, the new 9 series radios are starting to ship. One of the major improvements in the 9 series radio is the Bluetooth. It has a better Bluetooth feature, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But before we get to that, let's talk about the actual display itself. It has 210,000 colors.
Wow.
I know, it's a ton. It also has a 10-level brightness control with dimmer, meaning there's a dimmer wire on the back. It's this orange-white wire. You can do it via clock. So you can actually tell it, let's say you want it to go dark at 6 p.m. and bright at 5 a.m. Or you can manually do it from just hitting buttons. So yeah, pretty cool there. Let's set the radio up and we'll walk through all the cool stuff. So the first thing that come up is always the clock. We're going to just pretend like that's the time we want. Next is the all-important speaker mode. Now this is where you guys get confused, which is understandable because it is confusing. It gives you 2 choices, standard, and then you also have network. Let's break for a minute here and explain standard and network. If you have front speakers of any kind, rear speakers of any kind, and a subwoofer, you want standard. Network is only for if you have a tweeter, a mid-range, and a subwoofer. No rear speakers. So if you have separates up front where you have a mid-range and a tweeter, and then you have coaxials in the back, and you have subwoofers, what do you choose?
Standard.
Bingo. Okay, back to the demo. So for this case, we'll pick standard. Go ahead and click enter. Say yes. Quit, yes. Now the first thing we want to do naturally after that is shut off the demo. So we'll go ahead and hit the menu button. We're going to scroll to system. That's where your clock set is, if you need to do it. Beep tone on and off. And demo off. Click yes. So this is the back arrow here where my thumb is. We'll just hit until we get back to the main menu. So what you have here is the phone button. This is what's going to allow you to answer and hang up, as well as Siri free or push to talk. So if you press and hold it, she's going to come on and say I'm listening. She's launching Siri free, or there again, whatever Android has. Hit it again and it'll shut off. You have presets here, preset 1, 2, 3, as well as 4, 5, and 6. Above them are going to be secondary functions for depending on what type of playlist you're in. We'll go ahead and SRC is source. It's going to allow you to switch between sources. Obviously this is AM FM radio. If you hit the display button here, it'll allow you to display the clock, a spectrum analyzer, as well as back to frequency. You have your track up and down buttons here, The back button was here. This is also band, so this will take you through FM 1, 2, 3, and AM. This is your search, so anytime you're trying to find a folder or something like that in a phone, this is where the search feature is. Over here is your USB input as well as your auxiliary input. So one of the major new upgrades this year is in the Bluetooth. Previously, if you had one of these iPhones and you wanted to control Pandora and Spotify, you had to plug into the USB.
Yes, sir.
Guess what?
You still have to do that?
No.
What?
Yes, I know. They finally updated it to the AVH style Bluetooth,
Wow.
which you don't have to do it on. So now, from an iPhone, you can pair up over Bluetooth and control the whole phone.
No wires.
No wires, just like Pinocchio. It's all good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and show you how to set that up, as well as if you have Android. It's basically the same setup. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing we want to do is hold the source button until it goes to sleep. Then hit Menu, go to System, hit Enter, Bluetooth audio on, Spotify on, Bluetooth memory cleared, no, phone connect, yes. We have iPhone, iPod, or Android. Pick which phone you have, and then move to the next step. We're going to hit Enter. Wired or Bluetooth. So we'll go back. We'll go to Android, hit Enter. Wired or Bluetooth. It's the same settings. So we're going to hit Enter. We're going to switch it to Bluetooth and hit Enter. Now we're going to go back. And we're going to go back. We're going to go back. And then we're going to hit the source button. Now you know you've done it right when you hit the source and you're scrolling through and you see iPod, Pandora, Spotify, and app. App is the ARC app, and the ARC app has been updated as well. Previously, when you wanted to do ARC, you had to be plugged in. You could do it over Bluetooth for Android and get some features. We just got it, so we don't know what features you can do for Android yet. But we have the iPhone, so we'll show you what we can do with that. So if you launch your ARC app on your device, you can scroll down just like you could before and see your playlist. You can hit the search icon. Now this is where it gets really cool, because you can come in here into audio. Okay, and now you can adjust your EQ over Bluetooth. You can adjust your subwoofer. You can turn your subwoofer on and off. You can also scroll down here and turn on and off your loudness control. So all the EQ features that are built in the radio can now be done through the phone instead of actually through the menu system. Now, that's not to say they're not there. They're still here. So go ahead and hit your home button. Scroll until it says audio. EQ settings will come up. We'll hit enter. Now it just shows you the custom 1 EQ that we did, but we still have custom 2, flat, super bass, powerful, natural, a vocal, back to custom 1. Now it's a 13-band EQ. If you hit enter, it'll bring up the frequency. Now, 2-digit numbers like 50, 80, those are going to be bass. 3-digit numbers like 125, 200, 315, 500, 800, those are going to be mid-range. And then we're going to go up to anything that has a K. That's going to be a 4-digit number. Those are going to start to get into your treble and be treble. And then you can come over here and you can adjust how loud or how quiet you want this specific frequency. So it has a fully adjustable EQ, 13 bands. Then you have fader, balance, subwoofer on and off. You have your speaker level. Speaker level is going to be for the time correction. You can adjust the level of each speaker, all 5, which would be your fronts, your rears, and your sub. You have your crossover. You have front, rear, and sub crossover with multiple frequencies to choose from in there. As well as you can come over here and adjust the slope between 612 and 18 dB. So all these same features are available here in the phone. Here's your bass boost. Automatic level control. What automatic level control is if you're listening to pre-recorded music on, let's say, a phone of some kind, you have two different levels. You have mode 1 and mode 2. Now what that's going to do is that's going to try to level out the volume of each song being played. So for example, if you're listening to, let's say, an old Van Halen song, and then all of a sudden some new stuff comes on, showing my age, and it blasts you out of the car. When you turn on automatic level control, it'll fix that. Source level adjust. Now this is a really cool feature. What source level adjust allows you to do is take anything from FM. Meaning if you want to, let's say we're playing an iPhone and we know that we can go up because we've done a distortion detector on this radio. We know we can go up to +3 and have the volume at a certain level and it won't clip. Or if you have a device that has really low output, you can use source level adjust to compensate for that. It's a really nice feature to have. Advanced settings. Now this is where the time correction comes in. And this is why I wanted to launch this app again instead of walking through and showing you all on here. So this makes it a little bit easier. Time correction, you can come in and you can pick which speaker you're dealing with. You can adjust the level of that speaker. You can adjust the crossover all right here. You can go back. You can tap up here. And you can add in the time alignment when that is activated. Now another thing that you can do in the ARC app is illumination. So here's your dimmer control here. So those are your choices, always on, auto, or timer. And then you can come over here and you can just do this, which will dim the radio. You can also pick your color. So you have your key color here, and you have your display color there. You can create your own color. So if we want white because it's easy to see, you come over here. And then we can get back out of this. And of course we can go back to playing our... We can turn the volume up from here. We can turn the volume down from here. There again, we can scroll down and we can get to our music. We can flick left and it'll play the next song. If we flick up, we can get to Pandora, Spotify, and anything else that's on our phone that we want audio to play from. We can also go back to the radio. So basically what you can do with this new version is hold this phone in your hand and control your radio. This is really cool if you need to mount the radio in the glove box or under a seat or in the back of the car or somewhere where you don't necessarily need to have it in the dash. Now, one thing I will tell you is it will not work on an iPad. So, bummer. Not yet. So, one of the other features this year, which is a carryover from last year, is dual phone pairing. It allows you to have two phones paired at the same time, so that if you have two phones,
yes, two,
you can pair them both to the radio, and you can receive calls on either one. You don't have to like switch to this phone or anything like that. It automatically, if someone's calling his phone, it will ring right through. If someone's calling my phone, it'll ring right through. You can listen to the Bluetooth on that phone and get phone calls on this phone. It's pretty sweet. That's one of the features that's carryover from last year. We do have a video up on dual phone pairing. Okay, so Spotify, Pandora, AM/FM, SiriusXM, USB, auxiliary, the ARC app update for Bluetooth, being able to do all those apps over Bluetooth, so you can control Pandora over Bluetooth, you can control Spotify over Bluetooth. You don't have, actually the USB on the front is pretty much useless. You don't need it for anything other than charge. Okay, whoopee. And auxiliary. That's everything?
we use auxiliary.
No CD.
No CD.
No CD.
That's awesome.
CDs. Anyways, end it.
Alright, so thank you for watching. You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
As usual, you guys have a great night. Please subscribe. We love it. If you have questions or anything like that, leave them down below and we will get back to you. Have a great night. We'll see you later next time. Bye.